Hastings will start with possession. Kicking off for Hastings will be number 12 of Keegan Goraki Johnson. Again, as I said earlier, this is Connor Campbell's first season with the Jimmies, and this is his first home game for this Jimmy team of the 2021-2022 season. And Hastings begins with possession. Jimmy's last game they played was up in Morningside. They lost 1-0 in double overtime. Jimmy's have played a lot of minutes in the last two games. They've had back-to-back double overtime games. First one was against Midland. That one was a 2-1 win against the Warriors. And fun fact about that game, both teams, the men and the women, won 2-1, and both of those games finished in double overtime. But Jimmys were able to stay toe-to-toe for most of that game against Morningside. Again, Morningside's 22nd in the nation, so impressive to say the least. But that game is over and done, and we are on to this game. And Hastings moving the ball well. Jimmy's able to take it away here. And this one is over to Ross Murphy, but sails out of bounds. So Ross Murphy will throw it in for the Broncos. Throws this one very far down. Oh, what a move there by Frickle. Goes right to a Hastings player, though. Picked up by Ryan Lewis. This one fired in by David Panter. Cut off there by the back linesman, Adachi. And Adachi comes to us from Hyogo, Japan. I hope I said that right. If I butchered it, I apologize, but that's impressive. Long way to go, many oceans to travel across, and welcome to Jamestown. He's a junior defender. That one headed away there by number 30 of Alex Acco Hernandez. Broncos maintain possession at midfield. This one touched forward there by Francisco Aravello. And this one's sent back to the goaltender of Brendan Daly. And he's a freshman out of Johannesburg, South Africa. This one's sent in, collected by Ryan Lewis. He sends this back over to Murphy. Slide tackle there by Gorka Martinez. Jimmy's maintained possession, and Max Gross will throw it in. So Gross finds Frickle. Frickle just had a birthday, I believe it was today, so happy birthday, Mr. David Frickle. And we have our first foul of the game, assessed to David Frickle, so what a birthday present that is. And Ryan Lewis will tumble into the turf, and we'll have our first free kick of the evening coming in the 4th minute. So Murphy will kick the free kick for the Broncos from 10 yards beyond the half field. See where he directs this kick. And Murphy sending this one long, headed away there by Adachi. Good defense there by the Jimmy men's team. This one sent in high, and that's a goal. So number 3 of Jackson Brown scores it for the Broncos. Bronco men's team going crazy on the sideline. And just like that, it's 1-0. So that comes in the 5th minute. Jimmy's will start with possession here. This is Eric Fairtlow. Excuse me, that is number 9 of Aaron Pike. He'll kick us off here for the men. And as I said, the Jimmies have not defeated this Hastings team in the last 6 meetings. And the closest they've ever come to potentially defeating them was 2-1 last year, or earlier this year in April. So we'll see if luck falls on their side tonight or not. Again, that last game came April 10th of 2021, and just a few short months ago, and that'll be a foul on the Broncos. And Diego Valle hanging in there and taking the foul. We'll have our first free kick of the game for the Jimmies. So Adachi to kick the long ball. This one is high. It's headed away initially by Matthew James. And then looks like possession will stay with the Jimmies. It'll be the first corner kick of the game. This corner kick will be taken by number 3 of Max Gross. And he tends to take a lot of corners, even dating back to last year. Does a great job usually of putting the ball in the right spot. Little tapper there. And Jimmy's able to hang on to it. This is Fairtlow. And they get it back over to Ryan Lewis, and they send it long. Chasing it down is Castillo. Castillo pushes it over to Hamer, and Hamer's able to collect it. So back over to Adachi it goes. He'll send it up the left side for Roman. This one finds its way back to midfield. It's Lewis. Back over to the other side by Aravello. And it's over to Martinez. Lewis again. This one fired long distance down the left side. And good cutoff there by number 30 of Alex Aco Hernandez. Saving another potential goal scored there by the Broncos. Valle tried to send that one up ahead to Pike. This one bashed long distance there by Dally. And Frickle heads this one in the air. And it's pushed over there for Frankie Parkinson. Broncos send it back towards Parkinson. And cut off there is another foul. That's a foul assessed to number 7 of Tom Stegging. And drawing the foul there is number 28 of Hendrik Roman. So Frickle with possession. Up the side there to Gross. Gross trying to dance around the defender. He does. And he gets it over to Valle. Valle trying to get away. And possession will go back to the Broncos. As Aravello wisely kicks it back over to Dally. And he'll move it ahead to James. So James over to Dally. Makes his way over to Aravello. Now up to Martinez. Martinez with the long ball. Good little touch pass there by David Panter. Cutting it off there is Roman again. And they send it over to the side. Gee, Lors, that guy is fast. Alex Aco Hernandez tried to chase that one down, and he's got some speed, let me tell you. So it'll be Hastings' ball once again. And coming in to get it is Gross. He cuts off Panter. That one gets sent out, and that'll be Jimmy Ball. Broncos wanted it, but the refs and linesmen call it for the Jimmies. And Gross will hand it off to Valle, and Valle will throw it in. Looking for an open man. Chucks it high. Good throw, but it's headed away by the Broncos. Adachi, good header there to push it back in. Gross trying to get free, and this one is sent back by Ross Murphy over to Hamer. Adachi sends this one over to Castillo. Castillo with the long boot to the side. Castillo heads it ahead again. And he finds Alex. So the Broncos looking to get in again. No foul is called. Good defense there by Frickle. He looks to be shaken up. Frickle is okay, it looks like. Grabs his left ankle and it looks to be okay. That one goes through Pike's legs. Tried to get it to Fairtlow, does not. Fairtlow looked like he had a step on the two defenders. But we play on. Into the 10th minute here. Still 1-0 Broncos. In that first goal came in the 5th minute by number 3 of Jackson Brown. And this one is collected here by Matthew James. So James surrenders that one to Stegging. It's up to Murphy. Murphy moving his way up the right side. And that one just behind the back of David Panter. And that'll go back to the Jimmies. So Frickle looking for an open man. He finds one. That's Frankie Parkinson. Sends it up to Acco Hernandez. And they find Fairtlow. Fairtlow's in the corner. He sends it back to Pike. Pike keeps it in bounds. He's being heavily covered. Hernandez not able to hit it off the defender, and it'll go back to the Broncos. So the Broncos will continue on. Murphy again with it, covered by Valle. He gets it pushed over to Aravello. And this time it's picked up by Lewis. Lewis sending this into the middle for Johnson. Goes to the other side. This time picked up by Brown. He had the goal earlier in the 5th minute. And Stegging trying to direct some traffic. Gets it over to Martinez. Martinez finds Lewis. Lewis sends it up the middle. Good defense there by Hernandez and saves another goal. This one's sent high, and that one will go out of bounds. So good defensive possession there by the Jimmies to prevent going into a 2-0 hole. And coming out of nowhere to cover that one, because number 12 of Nick Veras was flying in there to get something, and the back defenseman was able to cut it off. Aaron Pike with it now. Gets it into Fairtlow. Fairtlow sends it back over to Adachi. Adachi back over to Frickle. Just missed Valle. This one collected here by Martinez, and they're up the left side. Panter sending it in, cut off by Adachi. This one into Hamer. Hamer back, taps it over to Adachi. Adachi gets it to Frickle. Frickle will send it long. It gets past Murphy. And Murphy will collect it before it goes out of bounds and send it forward. Have it in the back line over to Matthew James. And Aravello moves it back over to Martinez. And this one finds its way back to Murphy. Murphy trying to get through. He gets through the Jimmy defense. And that's a foul called there on number 28 of Hendrik Roman. So a free kick opportunity here for Hastings. They're about 34 yards away from the goal. See which way Jackson Brown decides to kick it. Shoots this one up and high. And good defense there by Hendrick. So Hendrick just committed the foul and was the key part of that defense on that play. Good job there by Hendrick Roman. Possession still favors the Broncos, and Ross Murphy will kick the corner kick for the Broncos. Both teams trying to spread around here to get in prime position. Murphy, high ball. It will sail past everyone, heading it back in. And good save there by Alex Hamer. That was a dangerous spot there that Panther put it. They're trying to send it into Fairtlow. Does he get free? He does. There's no whistle. Will he get through? And that one is upended there by Kai Nukel. And it stays in bounds, cut off by Frickle. And that one goes out of bounds and will remain with the Broncos. Best opportunity the Jimmies have had in a while. Fairtlow could not quite get free. And Nukel was able to chase it down. So the Broncos will bring it up here. And Nukel with possession, sending it long distance. And Hamer will collect it from the front there. Toe taps it over to Adachi. Adachi finds it over to Castillo. That one ends back up at Hamer. And it's into Frickle. Frickle looking forward. Good pass there to Gross. Gross gets the defender to bite. Finds its way over to Parkinson, and Parkinson just placed it just out of reach there of Gross, and Gross can't keep it in bounds. And Hastings will have possession yet again. So Murphy sending this one in ahead here to Morales. Another opportunity here, and good sliding save there by Hamer. Big risk there, but it paid off. And he was able to hold off a charging Tom Stegging to keep this game at a 1-0 ball game. So Frickle will bring it up the left side. Sends this one into Pike. Goes off of Pike's ankles. Keeps it in. Gross sends it ahead up to Pike. Goes through his legs. Pike able to get it away. But it goes straight back to that Hastings back line. This one's sent very long. Collected by Hamer. Dachi sending this one in for Hernandez. Hernandez took a big tumble there. Hope he's all right. So Hernandez looks to be hurt. Campbell calling for a couple of his players to start warming up. So clock is stopped here for an injury. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome you back to tonight's game. And Alex Echo Hernandez got up and looks to be okay. Took a helicopter spin fall. But he looks to have gotten up and shaken it off, and he will continue on. So we've entered the 19th minute here. Again, still 1-0. In favor of the Broncos. It's another tumble there. And it's Bronco possession. And throw it in from near midfield. See where they go with it. They decide to go back in their territory. Pike with heavy pressure there, and they send it in. Hamer having to chase it down. He gets it away. Another risky move, but it pays off again, and it's going towards Pike. This one finds its way back to Murphy. Chasing it. Jimmies are trying to keep the pressure of their own. You saw the entirety of the front line move down. Again, showing his presence there was Hendrik Roman. And Frankie Parkinson, again, heavy pressure too. And the Jimmies cannot afford to let any other goals in. Again, Adachi chasing this down and cutting it off. Goes out of bounds and will go to the Broncos. Broncos move it in here. Good blocking there by Frickle. Gross will send this one long. He connects with Frankie Parkinson. Parkinson found Pike. Finds its way back to Hendrick. Tried to get it into Parkinson there. It's cut off there by James. Oh my goodness. Looked like three players ran into each other, and Alex Castillo took the worst of it. It will remain Jimmy possession, but we've got another stoppage of play. We'll get back in just a moment. We welcome you back to the Turf Field Complex. And Alex Castillo looks to have gotten up and is okay. But scary situation there, as it looked to be two Hastings players and him got sandwiched. Again, incidental contact, but he is up and is okay. That's two injury stoppages for Jimmy players already. This one into Valle. Oh my goodness, what a move. He sends this one long, and that one, good cutoff move there by Aravello. And he had Pike down the field if he wanted him, just could not quite get there. Frickle sending this one high, headed back by Murphy. And this one collected here by Knuckle. Aravello up to Murphy once again. And this Hastings team plays very fast. Very fast team. Oh my goodness. One of our players looked to have gotten thrown down, no whistle. They let him play. This one sent in long. Will it get to Pike? Pike able to get to it before it goes out of the back line. And tried a little backwards pass, could not get there. And they will have to run back on defense. Ryan Lewis with possession. This one over to the side. This one's sent back. Hastings trying to come up with a plan here. And this one up to Knuckle. It's up to Murphy. Valle all over him. Aravello sends this one in. Good footwork there by Knuckle. And looked to be some trash talking on the field between the two teams. Friendly, of course. But This one sent in long, but covered up by Alex Hamer. Again, this Hastings team plays very fast. Kind of gives you some Major League Soccer vibes. For those of you that watch the professional leagues, if you watch like the English Premier League or the Champions League, it's kind of a very slow, meticulous build-up of what they're going to do. And you watch the MLS like LAFC or Minnesota United, I mean, they're flying. They're flying. I mean, they run so fast, they're like sprinting at the same time. It's unbelievable. But Hastings coming out fast here. And Diego coming in to kick it away. And more whistles here. And we'll have to throw it from all the way by the corner flag. And this one makes its way over to Gross. Gross, good pass there into Valle, but not before Lewis chases it down. It's back over to the backside there for Caden Williamson. And Williamson came in to replace Castillo. So Castillo was able to make it off the field, but he had to be replaced by Williamson. So a throw in here for... So the substitutions coming in now for the Broncos. Looks to be number 9 of Lucas Goetz. We've got another sub waiting here. He still has his orange shirt on. Can't tell what his number is yet. But also can't tell if he's just warming up. So Lewis has it now near midfield for the Broncos. And Jimmy's trying to spread all over across the back line of the field to prevent an easy score. This one makes it towards the back for Aravello. Now this one is collected here by Martinez. This one into Murphy. Murphy will send this one long. Frickle and Adachi are there. Adachi is able to cut it off. And he sends this one into Gross. Gross back over to Adachi. Hamer will have it from his front box. Williamson. Back to Hamer. And this one up ahead to Adachi. Adachi attempted long pass. It makes it to Gross at midfield. Gross, good pass there. It's up to Valle. Valle moving. He sends this one in. Good idea. Good idea there by Valle, but good save there by Brendan Daly. So good offensive possession there for the Jimmies, but not able to cash in there. But Jimmies are starting to get it moving here and keep it out of their own zone for the most part after that early mishap in the 5th minute. Good push away there by Gross. And coming in out of nowhere is Hendrik Roman. And they have to force it over to the left side. So this one finds its way again over to Martinez. Into Knuckle. Hendrick again with the defense. And that'll be a foul assessed to number 19 of Frankie Parkinson. And we got a Hastings player on the ground. See if he's okay. He looks to be okay. He's limping. It's number 15 of Ryan Lewis. See if he just had a roll and is able to walk it off or what's going on. But it'll be a free kick for the Broncos. So Ross Murphy will kick the free kick for the Broncos. This one a high kick. Headed away there by Roman. Good move there by Hendrik Roman to head it out of bounds. This would, another sub coming in for the Broncos. This will be number 2 of Nils Schaefer. comes to us from Rheinbach, Germany. Broncos getting ready to throw it in. We are now at just now entering the 28th minute. And the only goal of the game came in the 5th minute. That one was scored by number 3, Jackson Brown of Hastings. This makes it over to Murphy. Murphy is able to push it over that time to Martinez. And it's back over to Matthew James. James over to Brown. And they send it back to their goalkeeper of Daly. This one will get barreled forward and gets through almost everyone. Last line of defense of Hernandez was able to shoot it high. And this one, they are able to keep it in. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds in front of the Jimmy bench. They keep it in, and we will play on. So over to Adachi. Adachi looking for Gross, cut off by Murphy. This one makes its way up ahead to Panther. And Martinez will send this across the field to Brown. Brown covered by Fairtlow. And Brown took a tumble there. Pike trying to take it away. And he does get it up ahead to Fairtlow. Fairtlow back to Parkinson. Parkinson able to send it up, and it remains with the Jimmies. So good look there from Parkinson. And the Jimmies will have a throw-in they call it for the Broncos. I thought I saw the ref point his flag down towards the Jimmies side, but must have overturned it. So Frickel able to cut it off and send it back to Hamer. Hamer will boot this one very long, and it sails out of bounds over to the sideline. That one collected there by Tyler Peterson, the assistant coach of the basketball team. Hendrick running all over everyone, and we got a whistle. So that's a foul committed by the Broncos. Jimmies will get a free kick opportunity here from 5 yards beyond the midfield line. This one's sent in by Adachi, and he finds Gross on the left side. Gross upended initially by Murphy, and this one's sent long by Aravelos. Williamson able to get it over to Parkinson. Hernandez sending this one in. Pike trying to chase it down. And it remains with the Jimmies. The Jimmies have hung well here since the opening 5 minutes. Still only 1-0. We've got about 15 minutes remaining here in the first half as we've entered the 26th minute. So a throw in here for the Jimmies. This will be thrown in by Diego Valle. Long throw. Does it make it? No. Good header away there by the Broncos. It's heading towards the corner, and the Broncos will kick it forward, and it makes it up to Lucas Goetz. That one cut off there by Parkinson. Finds its way over to Fairtlow. Williamson back over to Adachi. Adachi finds Frickel up near midfield. Frickel finds its way up to Gross. Gross will send it into Pike. Pike back to Adachi. Adachi will send it down the middle. Oh my goodness, he kicked it backwards. Will the Jimmies get back? And a trip. So that's another free kick opportunity. Taking the foul there was Frankie Parkinson. Looked like he was tripped up from back here. Again, looks to be Matthew James is trying to plead his case. looks like the Broncos players are taunting the Jimmy players. Looked like they were trying to grab it, number 28 of Hendrick Roman, as he was trying to walk by. So it looks like it's either going to be between Roman or Gross on who attempts the free kick. And it will be Gross. Gross has his hand up in the air. Oh no, it will be Roman, and right idea, but that one pushed away there by David Panther. They were trying to catch him off guard on the side. This one finds its way up to Pike. Good little slide block there by Knuckle. And they're charging up into the Jimmy zone. Panther with possession. He finds Goetz. And tripped up there was Niles Schaefer. And the Jimmies avoid, again, another goal that would have gone in for the Broncos. So the Broncos will get a corner kick. Making a slow jog over there will be number 3 of Jackson Brown. He'll kick it away from the far right side of the field. He's a left-footed kicker here. This one coming in, good ball there. It hits the top of the crossbar. So that, because this field is used for football and American football and soccer, the goalpost for football is considered out of bounds. So this will be possession for the Jimmies. So Dachi sending this one over. Finds Caden Williamson, my apologies. Vertlo and Pike are there. They send it back. They send it into Pike. This one's sent back over the direction of James. And Murphy will collect it here and toe tap his way as it sends it across over to James. And still not a lot here. Still looking for a build-up and a plan here. As Aravello will boot this one long. Trying to find an open man. It's headed away there by Hernandez. And then they send it in again. And no foul is called there on David Panther. It looked like he was, oh, that's a shove. Oh, my goodness. Knuckles shoved Valle to the ground. And that'll be a foul committed by the Broncos. Williamson will send it ahead. Oh, good move there by Hernandez to get the defender off of him. And we got some substitutions coming in. So coming in for the Jimmies, number 16 of Joel Highland, number 21 of Gio Casero, and number 26 of Taylor Labungo. Coming off for the Jimmies will be Eric Vertlo, Frankie Parkinson, and I think also coming off is Alex Acco Hernandez. He's trotting around the far side of the field. Broncos maintain possession. We've now entered the 37th minute here in the first half. Good move there by Frickle. And they still leave it with the Broncos. Tried to tap it off of Murphy, but they call it for the Broncos. The Broncos move it in. This one finds its way over to Valle. Valle tried to get it into Highland. It finds its way over to Pike, and Pike gets taken down. And that'll be another foul. So foul there committed by Ryan Lewis on Aaron Pike. Another free kick opportunity here for the Jimmies. This free kick taken here by Max Gross. Gross putting his hand up in the air. He's got two men in front of him. He sends it high. And that one... And it'll be a corner. It goes off of a Broncos defender. Tried to play the wind, and the wind took it wide right. But not before a Bronco player touched it and went out of bounds. So Gross will kick the corner from the far right side of the field. This one goes sailing in. Oh! Oh! Oh, my goodness. And they call it in favor of the Jimmies again. That one knocked off the top crossbar and fell, and prime opportunity for the Jimmies. Could not cash in, but they still have possession. Man, what a sequence of events that happened. Jimmies still have 6.5 minutes left to potentially score an equalizer. They're going to kick it from the far left side. This one's high in, high ball. Oh, my. Pike looked like he was going to head it in, and it goes wide. Finds it into Valle, and it's taken away by Knuckle. Valle looks to be injured, and he's still on the field on the other side. And the side linesman calls it, and we'll have another stoppage of play. Here, it looks like we got a yellow card. And we have a yellow card issued to number 3 of Max Gross. Excuse me. Not Max Gross. They issued that one to Caden Williamson. So Diego made it back to midfield. That'll be our first yellow card of tonight's game. First one going against the Jimmies. Got some more skirmishes on the field between these two teams. The refs are trying to get things sorted out. And kicking this free kick opportunity here for the Broncos will be Ross Murphy. And the Jimmies trying to hang on until halftime. Still 1-0. 5:50. Another yellow card is issued. That'll be on David Frickle, I believe. It's hard to tell from all the way over here, but I believe that was David Frickle. So 2 yellow cards issued here, both on the Jimmies. So Hastings in prime control here as the referee's getting everything situated and sorted out. And we'll continue play. So Murphy sending this one in, headed away there by Joel Highland. This will be still possession in favor of the Broncos. The Broncos still have it deep in Jimmy territory. Jimmy's trying to spread themselves out to have everyone covered. This one finds its way in, headed off the back, still fought for, and another whistle. So that one went out of the back of the back line of Jamestown. And this will be possession to the Jimmies. David Frickle bringing it up the left side. Send it back to Adachi. Adachi moving it over. Williamson sending this one ahead. And this one batted away and out of the complex and into the dark blackness of the darkness. So we play on here, less than 5 remaining. We're in the 36th minute here in the first half. Again, Hastings 1, Jimmy's 0. And our only score thus far was in the 5th minute by Jackson Brown. Another foul there committed by the Broncos. Foul drawn there by Hendrik Roman again. Another free kick here for the Jimmies. This one finds its way over to Frickle. Valle will send it across the field. He finds Gio Casero. And possession remains with the Broncos. So this one, cut off there by Valle, gets it into Roman. Roman sends it over to Gross, but not before Panther is able to get there. Cut off! Good job on defense there by Frickle. Panther looked to have a clear shot down the line, and Frickle stepped in front of him and kicked the ball right out of his foot. Hendrick got knocked around there, was able to collect the ball. And which way are they going to point it? It's in favor of the Jimmies. Got a substitution coming in for the Jimmies. This is number 22 of Ben Sletto. Sletto will come in to replace number 28 of Hendrik Roman, and he's getting a lot of fans cheering for him. He's a local kid here out of Jamestown High School. This is his second year in the program. So you could say he's a hometown hero, to say the least. And he'll come in with about 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Hastings still in control. They find it over to Aravello. Murphy finds it ahead. It's back to Frickle. Frickle tried to get it to Gross. Gross throwing it into Valle. And Valle is tripped. So we'll have a stoppage of play here as Valle hits the deck. And we'll have a yellow card issued here to the Broncos. There'll be a yellow card here for Ryan Lewis. So our third yellow card of the game, 2 on the Jimmies, 1 now on the Broncos. And that one comes in the 44th minute of play. So free kick opportunity from midfield for David Frickle. So we have 1:44 left here in the first half. Wind starting to kick up here at the Turf Field complex. So ref blows his whistle, clock will roll. Frickle with a little toe tap up ahead to Highland, excuse me. This one finds Sletto. Sletto pushes it ahead. This one a good ball, but it's knocked out of the air by Aravello. That one was a touch by Casaro. And this one finds its way back. And it was intended for Frickle, but charging in was Lucas Goetz. And he was coming in fast. So Sletto up the right side. Jimmies are claiming it went off a Broncos player, but to no avail. And it'll remain with the Broncos. So less than a minute remaining here in the first half. Still 1-0 Broncos. And back to, oh, and they blow a whistle. Who is it on? They keep it with the Jimmies. Adachi hits it up to Sleto. Sleto with the long ball. He's trying to attempt to get it into Valle. And Frickle moving it ahead. Finds Gross on the left side. Gross keeping it away. Gross trying to get it into the middle. Coming in is, oh my goodness, huge. Coming in hot there was Gio Casero. And the Broncos will hit it into the air, and that'll be the end of the first half. So after one, Hastings Broncos 1, University of Jamestown